Welcome back to Creep Frame. If you're hearing my voice right now, you're braver than most. Tonight's story is one I hesitated to record, not because it's unbelievable, but because it feels a little too real. Just remember one thing before we start. Don't look behind you. If it knows you're listening, it might start listening back. Something living inside the walls. My name is Mark, and until a few months ago, I thought I understood fear. I'd had nightmares, experienced sleep paralysis, lived in bad neighborhoods, the usual things people claim are terrifying. But none of it compares to what I heard and later saw inside my apartment. It started with a sound, not the kind you can mistake for plumbing or old pipes. This one was deliberate, a soft scraping, like someone dragging their fingernails across the inside of the wall, slowly, patiently, as if waiting for me to notice. At first, I tried to ignore it. Old building, thin walls, that was the excuse I repeated to myself. But the sound kept happening every night. Always around 2:43 a.m., not 2:40, not 2:45, 2:43, as if it was following a schedule. After a week, I pressed my ear to the wall. The scraping stopped immediately, and then I heard something else. Breathing, shallow, shaky, too close, not coming from the apartment next door, not echoing through vents. It was coming from inside the wall itself. I jumped back, heart pounding, but the moment I moved away, the scraping returned. Faster this time, like whatever was inside got excited. I started sleeping with noise-canceling headphones, but even then, I felt the vibrations through the bed frame, like something was crawling right behind my head. One night, I finally snapped. I slammed my fist against the wall and shouted, "Stop it!" The noise stopped immediately. For the first time in weeks, the apartment became completely silent. Relief washed over me until I heard a voice from the wall. A whisper, dry, hoarse, wrong, found, you. Every hair on my body stood up. I stumbled back, knocking over a lamp. But no matter where I moved, the voice followed me along the wall like it was gliding inside, tracking me. I called the landlord the next morning and demanded someone check behind the walls. He dismissed me with a laugh. "Son, nobody's been in those crawl spaces for decades. They're sealed shut." But I insisted, so he finally sent a maintenance guy. He knocked a small inspection hole through the drywall and immediately gagged from the smell. Something foul drifted out, rotting, damp, like a forest carcass left in the sun. He shone a flashlight inside. His face went pale. "Jesus Christ, what the hell?" I grabbed the flashlight from his hand and looked for myself. Inside the wall wasn't empty. The wooden beams were covered in deep scratch marks, grooves carved by something with hands or claws that had been trapped for a long time. Brown stains coated the insulation. At first I thought it was mold, but the smell told me otherwise. And then the light caught something in the corner. A small hole, no bigger than a fist. Inside it, teeth marks, rows of them, like something had been chewing its way deeper into the walls. We sealed the hole, and I spent the night at a friend's place. But when I came back the next day, my apartment felt wrong. Colder, heavier, quieter, until 2:43 a.m. Thump, directly behind my bed. I didn't even have time to breathe before the scraping began again. But this time, not from inside the wall, from inside the floor. Slow, dragging, as though something had moved to a new place inside the structure, following me room to room, below my feet, behind the furniture, always keeping that thin layer of material between us. I tried to leave, but the moment I touched the doorknob, the scraping went frantic, as if begging me not to go, or warning me I didn't sleep that night or the next. Every time I closed my eyes, the breathing started again, this time right behind my headboard. My breaking point came when I saw the cracks, tiny fractures in the drywall, shaped like fingers pressing from the inside. I moved out that same night, leaving everything behind. But here's the part that keeps me awake now. 2 days ago, I got a text from the new tenant. They asked if I had ever heard strange scratching in the apartment, specifically at 2:43 a.m. They said it sounds like something is trying to get out, and they swear when they pressed their ear to the wall, something whispered their name. If you're still listening, don't forget what I warned you. Stories like this cling to the people who hear them. They follow you into the quiet moments, into the walls, into the dark spaces of your home you never think about. So before you go to sleep tonight, make sure your walls are completely silent. And if you hear anything at all, don't press your ear to it. You might not like what answers,